Hello everybody, Nick Theodore, Director Michael Owens, Paul Roberts Hierarchy. You know, when we're talking about showing the plan, this is probably the most important part of being with National Agents Alliance. You know, we've got the 2010 activity book, and if we open up, you know, we've got information here about dials, contacts, appointments, applications, plans shown, fast tracks, and agents contracted. Plans shown actually has the largest space in this book. All right, so we want to fill that up. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to cover 4 points on showing the plan. Now, the first point is going to be the market viability. Okay, and in a nutshell, basically what we do is this. We protect American families from unforeseen financial devastation. And in doing so, we've uncovered 78 million baby boomers who control $22 trillion of qualified money. They're trying to figure out how to get this money to their children and grandchildren before Uncle Sam gets a hold of it. Okay? So that's basically the first point. It's a very, very simple point. It's something that really should be memorized. Okay? And then what you can do is then you can put your own twist to it, your own emphasis on certain words. And the second part of this is what we talk about, the second point, is going to be who we partner with to do this. Because currently National Agents Alliance is not an insurance company. Okay? So we tell people that we partner with these multi-billion-dollar insurance companies, and they've put together special life insurance products for us and annuity products that help us protect these families and also help us transfer that money so people don't lose it in the market. When we do this, we're actually getting paid by the insurance companies to take care of these transfers, and then that's how we make the money personally into our account. So that's a very, very important part, guys, because we cannot do this on our own. We have to partner with people to do it. And these insurance companies, multi-billion-dollar corporations, that's who does it. Now, the third part of this is going to be our lead system that NAA has. This is really the magic of the system. Now, we've got multiple ways of being able to generate these leads, but the main thing that we do is called a direct mail lead. What National Agents Alliance does is they put out about 1.5 million letters on a weekly basis. They collect data from every county in all 50 states. And then they mail this information out personally to these people with their name, with their information about their particular loan, which company it's with. Maybe it's $120,000 with Chase Manhattan Bank. And it says something like, would you like to protect this investment or this loan in the event of your death, disability, unemployment? And then you're going to have the opportunity, if you qualify, to get all your money back in the event that you don't use the product. That's a good product, guys. And so these people fill this out, send it back, and it becomes what we call a direct mail response, or lead. Now, that's only happening about 1 out of every 100 times people send that back. The other 99, we have a telemarketing department in Burlington, North Carolina, and they're constantly calling all these people and letting them know in a nutshell, look, this wasn't junk mail. This could be the most important document you fill out in a long time. Because if you die tomorrow, this can protect your family's future. Now, so we were able to generate more of a percentage with that, but that's not where we stop. We have something called the search engine optimization. So we've got these very highly technical people in North Carolina, and what they do is they're constantly making sure that if you type out mortgage protection, you're going to come across National Agents Alliance first, okay? And then you're able to submit a request for coverage as a client, and then that information can go directly to an agent. Now, if you are asking for specific counties in the country and you're wanting those leads on something that we're going to call a GMR, you're going to be able to get that electronic information within 45 seconds. And that'll come right to your computer or right to your BlackBerry or right to your phone. So you're going to be able to talk to that person, call them instantly while they're still looking at the computer screen. Okay? Now, the last thing that we have, this fourth point, is going to be a system that's designed to take all of these items, put it together into a procedure that if you follow it, you will absolutely have success. And if you don't, you can be like every other insurance agent out there, you're not going to make any money. You want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars? You're going to do the system the NAA way. And so we take this system, guys, and it doesn't matter if you're in North Carolina, you're in Cleveland, Ohio, you're in Dallas, Texas, I don't care where you are going to be able to be successful at this. So that's the system, guys, that we use, and it's very important to know how to show the plan. If you can show the plan successfully, you're going to be able to replicate yourself into your downline and have instant success and credibility. Okay, everybody, I'm Nick Theodore, Director Michael Owens, the Paul Roberts Hierarchy. We're going to talk about showing the plan right now in a little bit more of an intimate setting. We might be at a new agent's place, and we're going to be showing the plan to what we call the Super Bowl buddies. Okay, people that he would go to war with, that would trust him in a decision. You know, if we get some guy and we say, look, you know, who are your 3, 4, 5, 6 guys that you really think would want to see this opportunity? Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take a dry erase board and an easel and go show the plan in a professional environment in that person's living room. Okay. Or maybe, you know, you have an office like this and we get a handful of people and you get about 15 minutes and you want to show the plan. We're still going to go over the 4 points, okay, but now we've got a board to help us with it. So I do it like this. You know, whenever you're going from one business to another, and I don't care what either one are going to be, you have to figure out one thing is the most important. What is the viability of the new market that you're going into, okay? So the first thing we got is what we call market viability. The viability of the market is the most important thing. If I were here to tell you that I believe that you should get your license, not for insurance, but for real estate, you think I'm crazy. Because there's all kinds of real estate guys out there that have a lot of skill, but they're not making any money right now because there's no market for it anymore. What we're into right now is a huge market that's opening up. Okay, we're going to work in 3 different areas. We're going to work in mortgage protection, life insurance, and what we call annuities. These 3 areas are basically what we call our sweet spot. Okay, I kind of say it like this. You know, if you've got a baseball player, okay, let's say you got Ken Griffey Jr.'s left-handed batter. Here's the strike zone. Somebody pitches a ball right here. He's going to golf it right over the right field wall every time. That right there is a danger zone, but it's a sweet spot for a left-handed batter. Now, if you take that same pitch and you put it over here for a right-handed batter, it's a strike. It's a strange concept, but we found this sweet spot right here. And what we do is we find people that are looking for what we have, and we knock it out of the park every single time. That's what we're looking to do. So who do we find? Baby boomers. People born between the years of 1946 and 1964. See, there's a sweet spot right there of 18 years between those 2 wars, okay? World War II, Vietnam War. Lots and lots and lots of babies were born. And what's happened is that the market has constantly been catering to these people, okay? There's no coincidence that cars completely changed in 1964. The Mustang came out, GTO came out, all kinds of really nice, cheap, fast cars came out of Detroit. Why? Because the people that were born in 1946 and on, see, they started getting old enough to drive. They had some money. The workforce was good, and so you know what they needed and they wanted? Small, fast cars from Detroit, brand new, and they had the money to do it. So there was a market that became viable, and the U.S. automakers had to cater to it. And you know, when those people got older, in 1984, something else happened in the auto industry. The minivan was made. And ironically, it was made by the same guy that had the idea for the Mustang. See, he saw this market traveling through time, and he wanted to capitalize on it every single time it went through. So these people got older, they had kids, they were middle aged, they needed to be able to move the entire family in relative comfort. So the minivan was forged. Okay? What we're doing is we're in front of this baby boomer market right now. They're purchasing probably their last house or refinancing it because their current situation is not that great or the rates are good right now. So we're protecting it with the mortgage, okay, with the mortgage protection product for them. Or they probably do not have enough life insurance. It's unlikely that anybody's listening to this video has as much life insurance as I do. If you got more than $3.5 million, congratulations. Because I've not met many people that have as much as I do. So you probably don't have enough. And I'll tell you one thing. Nobody who has ever died, okay, the surviving mate has never ever said, boy, he left me with too much life insurance. There's too much money here. It's always, boy, it's going to be tough. Not nearly enough. I wish we would have got more. And annuities. Guys, this is a way to protect the money that people have without losing it in the market. give it to the insurance company. They play with it in the market, and the fixed annuities are guaranteed not to lose. They go up, and then they stabilize again. Market goes down, they stay up. All right, the viability of the market, guys, we have these baby boomers, 78 million of them. They control $22 trillion of qualified money. That's a lot of money. Okay, so that's point number one. The second point that we're going to talk about is how do we do this? Okay, because National Agents Alliance is not currently an insurance company. But what we do is we market, or we partner with these insurance companies. So we got companies like, Foresters and Mutual of Omaha. So we got Foresters, been around for 136 years. Mutual of Omaha, 101 years. Okay, we partner with these A-rated companies. Very important to have an A-rated insurance company because when you die, you want them to have lots and lots of money to pay to the people you love. We partner with them, and then they allow us to sell their products. They put products together specifically designed for us. Okay? Other independent marketing guys might be able to get contract with Foresters, but they're not going to get the strong foundation product that we get. That's designed just for us. Okay? Now, how do we find the people that we're going to sell to? You see, that's the hard part. Okay? But that's the part that we're really, really good at, is finding the people to sell to. Those 78 million baby boomers, how the heck are we going to get a hold of them? So here's what we do. Somebody buys a house. Somebody buys a house. Okay? That information is public record. We pay court reporters in every single county of every state in the country. Go in and get that information. Okay? Let's say that Bill and Mary have a $102,000 mortgage with PNC Bank, right? We get that information, put it into a letter, and say, would you like to have your mortgage protected in the event of your death, disability, unemployment, and at the end of the term get all your money back if you haven't died? Some people say yes. You know what? We send out about 1.5 million of those every week. We could do a lot more if we have more people like you guys to help us do this. About 1% send it back, 1-2%. So you got about, a little over 1%, about 20,000 every single week that turn this in saying, give me this thing. Okay, they've ordered it for you. Now it's your job to call them up and take care of it. Now, the other 98, 99%, we have something called a telemarketing service owned by National Agents Alliance. And what they do is they call up all these people. In a nutshell, they say, listen, knucklehead, that was not junk mail. That could save your family's future. Okay? So this is what it is, and would you like an agent to contact you about it? Yes or no? Yes? Then it becomes a telemarketing lead. And we have something else called search engine optimization, because some people just like to look at things on the computer. Okay? So we got this search engine optimization. So we got these guys that are really, really good on the computer down in Burlington, North Carolina. And they make sure that anytime you type up mortgage protection, National Agents Alliance comes up. And the cool thing is about a year ago, my wife Cindy typed in mortgage protection because we were looking for it for her mom. And National Agents Alliance popped up. And guess what? We became a lead. See, we were originally a customer. Don Levine got that lead, came to our house, took care of my wife's mother, and then showed the plan to us. Just said, hey, by the way, do you know anybody who's looking to make some extra money? Cindy's like, yeah, we are. And so now we're making lots and lots of extra money. Okay? That's very important, guys. Make sure you're showing the plan to everybody you see. Do not discriminate. The search engine optimization, the cool part about this is when they hit submit, within 45 seconds, it's a completed lead. It can come to your BlackBerry, your iPhone, your computer within 45 seconds. You can call that person, say, hey, Joe, hey, Nick here. I noticed that you were looking for a quote on some life insurance, some mortgage protection. Yeah, they're looking at the screen if you call them right away. Okay, that is a hot lead. So that's how we find our people. We have bona fide clients who are asking for the exact product for what we have. Now, we also work with new birth leads. We also work with new marriage leads, final expense leads. The list goes on and on. We're constantly refining the process to get this number as high as possible. But it doesn't do us any good to have this number be higher if we don't have other people to fill those orders. And that's what you're here for. Now, probably the most important part of this whole thing is putting all these three items together in the fourth point, which is the fact that we've got a sales system. System is very important. You know, McDonald's has a system. You can pay the $1.7 million, and anywhere in the world you can open up a McDonald's, and it's going to be successful. You know, my father-in-law, when he was still alive, he had to go to Japan on a business trip. And, you know, he didn't speak Japanese, he didn't write Japanese, and he didn't understand it, okay? But he got off the plane, and he said, I'm kind of hungry. And he looked, and there was a McDonald's there. So he goes up to the counter, and he just does one of these. And guess what he got? He got what this will get you in every single McDonald's in the world, a Big Mac, fries, and a Coke. The #1 value menu. It's a system. If they're deviating from the system, they're not going to win, right? Like if McDonald's slogan was, have it your way, well, that's Burger King's slogan. That's going to mess everything up, okay? We have a system. If you got some ideas, check with your growing up line manager about it. But I'm telling you, implement our ideas, because they work. Yours probably don't, otherwise you wouldn't be looking for a job, right? So let's work with what works here first, and then we'll check about some possible refinements later on down the road. You may have a good idea. We may be able to implement it into our system, and that'll be great. But you never want to do anything first without checking upline. That's a very, very, very important rule. Okay, so we got a system. We're going to plug you into this system, and you know, the cool thing about it, guys, is that there's no buy-in for this business. Okay, we're not asking you to spend $500 and get this box of air, or say, you know, we need you to go out and you know, network this to all your friends and family to find your client. No, this is a system that we have, and it's without failure if you do it correctly. Okay, so the sales system is really the magic in what we have. We take this lead, we're going to be able to convert it into a policy. We're also going to be able to tell you how to get referrals, 2 different ways in the house as well. So the sales system, guys, that is the magic of what we have. All right. There is the buy-in cost here is not being money. It's going to be something that we call an LWAC, L-W-A-C. 4 things that if you can't do them, you might as well quit now. Okay, you'll save both of us all kinds of time and money. First thing, guys, listen a lot. These are 4 items that is not just National Agents Alliance. This is 4 items of life. Okay, if you can't do any of these, you're probably going to spin your wheels and never make it anywhere in life. If you're not listening to the person that's teaching you something, you're not going to make it. Okay, when you go to school, if nobody's listening to the teacher, guess what? Everybody becomes stupid, right? You're going to listen a lot. You're going to implement the ideas that we've showed as a foundation. Now the next thing, work smart. The opposite of working smart is working sloppy. I grew up in an era in the 80s where we were told to work hard and you'll be successful. That's kind of true, but depending on how you work, makes a big difference. See, if you work hard and you work sloppy, you make a big mess. But if you work hard at working smart, you can create yourself an empire. And that's what we're doing here at National Agents Alliance, and that's what you can do as well. Associate. We associate right now. We associate by the telephone, emails, text messaging. We have conferences, which are basically continuing education courses throughout the year, 3 of them, and it's really important to be with those guys. If you're not there, you're telling us you're not committed. Okay? These are continuing education courses that are designed to help you with your business. Okay? Very, very important. We have conference calls most days of the week, ranging from everything on how to show the plan, to how to recruit a brand new person, to how to sell a policy, how to make a phone call, how to fill out a policy, everything. And it's all for free. If you don't take advantage of it, you're hurting yourself. Okay? The last thing, guys, change. You want to go from making $25,000 a year to $125,000 a year, that's change. There's probably going to be some habits that you have that are keeping you in this rut of $25,000 or wherever you're at. Okay? You may be in a rut of $200,000 a year and you want to make $1 million. That's going to require some change as well. I don't know what that is. We'll figure it out on a one-on-one basis. But I'll tell you one thing, you ain't never going to change anything by doing the same thing you're doing right now. Nothing is going to change unless you change it yourself, okay? This is very important, but this is something that gets done one-on-one. I have no idea what that might be right now. But you want to check with your growing upline manager and ask him exactly what you need to change to get success. So guys, LWAC, listen, work smart, associate, and change. That's the important part. Now, let's talk about the money. This is what we're all here for, right? We like helping people and everything, but when it comes right down to it, we need to get paid in order to do this, right? Average check we pick up in the house, we help somebody with the policy, is $75. Cool thing is that $75 is really not your commission, okay? This goes to the insurance company, and they do this crazy thing called annualization to it. An annualized premium, they multiply it by 12 months out of the year, and it becomes $900, okay? I like this number a whole lot more than this one because that's what we get paid off of, okay? We multiply that by 55%, which is your starter contract. And I really don't care if you've been in insurance for 40 years or 4 days. You start out at 55%. If you're good, we will move you all the way up, okay? Now, this is $495. So when we say average commission is about $500, it's about $500. Now the cool part's this. The insurance companies will allow you to go all the way up to a 110% contract. That is pretty cool. You can double your contract value just by being better at doing this. Now, there's some requirements to get here. And it's not just selling more insurance. If you want to get to this kind of a contract, there's going to be some extra things involved, which we'll get to in a second. But let's just say you just want to sell a whole bunch, okay, and you're good. You're probably going to be able to get to the 75% contract. Contract bumps are done on 5% increments and are typically a 2-month qualifier. Now, if you sell a whole bunch your first month, we're not going to tell you to sell a whole bunch your second month. We'll probably just move you up faster, okay? You can get to a 75%. Now, that same policy, instead of yielding $495, it's going to equal $675. You did the same thing for the same person, but because you are at a higher contract level, you made more money. That's pretty cool. Now, imagine if you sold the policy at 110%, you made $990 instead of $495. Here's the cool part. If you want to get to this 110%, you cannot do it by yourself. You have to have a business, a team, okay? And the showing the plan is exactly what we're doing. We're trying to build a team. So let's just say this is you, and you go out and you sell the policy, but now you hire your buddy, and he's at a 55% contract. He's going to make his $495, right? He's never getting anything taken away from him at all. You're not taking part of his money. He's getting exactly what the insurance company has assigned him, 55% of the contract. The insurance company, though, is going to recognize something that they call a spread, okay? Now, in this illustration, between 55 and 75, we've got a 20% spread between these two. The insurance company recognizes the value of you at a higher contract, that you're managing this person, you're helping this person, and they're going to pay you for it. That's the cool part. So now, you're going to get the other $180 from that deal. Now, that's kind of like free money in my book. I mean, you worked for it, but not directly. You trained somebody for it. And I kind of compare it like this. You know, maybe you go through cosmetology school and you want to cut hair. So you're going to go and maybe you're going to open up your own salon, right? Now, you can cut hair by yourself, so every time you cut hair, you get paid $30 to do it, right? But let's say you want to expand that into more of a business owner opportunity. And let's say you hire 2 other girls and they each cut hair, okay? And then when they get paid $30, well, because you bought the building and you're taking care of everything, you're taking the risk, you're going to get a cut of that, right? Well, what if you don't just do it for 2 girls, but you do it for 22 or 130 or something like that, right? The larger you make it, the more cut you're going to get from each haircut, right? It's exactly what we're doing right here. You see, we're helping this person make money, and we're going to make it because of it, okay? Now, there's work involved here because you're going to be managing this person, okay? So you can do this with 1 person or 100 or more. It just depends on the ability that you have to lead people and manage them correctly. This right here, guys, is amazing right now because they're allowing you to get a cut of the business. They're allowing you to get skin in the game here. This is the most amazing business opportunity I've ever seen. My wife and I have ran businesses in the past, and they are difficult. This one is handed on a silver platter. You do not have to participate in the management part of this. You can stay here your entire life if all you want to do is be an excellent insurance agent. We will help you do that, but if you want to build a team and have additional income coming from it, we can help you do that. The more people you can create jobs for, the wealthier you will become. That's how we show the plan, guys.